Welcome back to the program. The National Independent Electoral Commission has announced that a petition seeking to recall Senator representing Kogi Central District has been rejected. INEC says it ensured that petitioners complied with the requirements of the submission of a petition. It also notified Senator Akpoti Dwan in writing and copied the presiding officer of the Senate. INEC explains that the petition did not meet the requirement of Section 69, subsection A of the 1999 Constitution as amended. And joining us for this conversation is a public affairs analyst and commentator Ambrose Iboke. Joins us this morning from Enugu State. Good morning and thanks so much for joining us on the program.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Now, before I serve you my first question, let's quickly run through the process of what transpired before that petition was rejected by INEC. A petition for the recall of a senator must comply with the provision of the 1999 Constitution. We saw what transpired in this particular development. What is your reaction to this one?
Well, for me, the recall of a senator should be something fundamental. Therefore, the elected legislator must have committed some serious infraction that will necessitate the recall. But in my own estimation, what we have now about Senator Natasha, Akpoti does not meet that requirement in terms of what is the gravity of the offense she has committed, by the way. What has she done, to deserve the recall? When we trace the crisis of what she has that necessitated this recall in the first place, we could notice that, first of all, she, had an altercation with the Senate president, not with her constituencies, not with her, the people that voted her in, but with the Senate president. And we could see that many people have been insinuated, and they, quite rightly so, because what else do you want us to think? That these things were engineered from the top. Because, first of all, there are no known cases against her by her people. There were no known complaints from her people. And then all of a sudden, from the blues, it's a situation of a witch cries in the night and the child dies in the morning. So just immediately after the altercation with the Senate president, we started hearing that she will be recalled after her suspension from the Senate. And even the suspension itself, people have been asking, what gives the Senate power to actually suspend an elected representative for 6 months? So that's like a declaration of a state of emergency for a governor also. I think the Senate is trying to imbibe that power to also declare a state of emergency on a senator for 6 months. Those powers should be tested in court, because I don't think the Senate should have that kind of power, because every senator is not an appointee, but an elected or public officer, an official from their own constituency. So without recourse to the constituents, you went ahead to tell the president it's tantamount to impeachment for 6 months or suspension for 6 months. Is a no for me. The Nigerian Senate didn't handle this well. In some of my earlier intervention on the matter, I posited that it seems the Senate president does not have a good PR team. I think what we do have a media press people issuing statements and all those kind of things. There should be a good PR team at that level that can manage this kind of crisis, because you don't expect 109 people that came to the Senate on their own merit, not on the appointment by the Senate president, but on their own merit, just like the Senate president also, to be people that behave like school children, that you tell them move right, they will move right, move left, they will move left. These are people that can question you, So this should be, the Senate president should know that it's just first among equals. It's not the governor there, it's not the minister there.
Okay.
It's first among equals.
Okay. So are you saying that the constituents cannot recall a senator? I want to get clarification on that.
When the law is strict, the constituents can recall a senator, but it must be based on serious infractions. If the senator has committed serious infractions, for example, if the senator falls short of proper representation of the people, if the senator is not discharging his or her duties meritably, so those are the serious issues that you can recall. It's not that the senator had issues with the Senate president and then all of a sudden you started seeing a recall process. That belittles that process and makes it look as if we are just playing the Senate.
Okay, we have an allegation of gross misconduct as leveled against Senator Natasha. What do you make of this one? If they are saying that there's a case of gross misconduct on her?
Well, gross misconduct didn't come up about the Senate until she had that altercation with the Senate president. So the question is, does having a heated argument with the Senate president amount to gross misconduct? Does trying to stand up for your rights amount to gross misconduct? Does the fact that the Senate president, who has the prerogative to rearrange seats for the senators, have the right to do so without even pre-informing the senators about it? I mean, this is not a relationship between, not a principal, student, or headmaster-pupil relationship. Even if the president have the prerogative to rearrange or reassign chairs and sitting positions, sitting arrangements in the Senate, that should be done, with some level of decorum. I mean, you should tell the senators that, and they give them pre-informed information at all. Maybe because it's something that can easily be done by the weekend. What is the big deal about rearranging Warren and
Dr. Iboke,
so
this is not, Dr. Iboke, this is not the first time that the seat arrangements will be done in the Senate. This is not the first time. So why are we having issues on this one?
Well, maybe the other people who have been having this issue, maybe the former Senate presidents maybe conducted it, because it is not about what happened, it's about how it happened. Processes, processes matter a lot. Processes determine outcomes. So if you have been doing the right process and tell, we have been arranging sitting arrangement, how was it? Even Senator probably complained some time about some of these things when he was not a Senate president himself. So if the process that involved carried everybody along, everybody was pre-informed, and they're expecting the new change arrangement where they're confined, I don't think it will raise all this dust. But again, when you didn't inform people, or if you have been doing that, not informing people and getting away with it, and for the first time somebody is challenging you and saying you don't do it this way, you don't say, I'm an emperor, nobody talks to me, nobody challenges me, nobody can tell me what to do, I'm the Senate president, therefore you must obey. No. These things, if we are the Senate president, immediately those issues became heated, the executive would have come for a closed door meeting, ask people to, maybe the press to leave, call for a closed door session, and then try to see how it can be arranged. The woman felt, the senator, Natasha, felt that her right was infringed, or we're not allowing her sit on where she was supposed to sit and not pre-informing her. These are small matters that we face in offices every day, corporate offices and the rest. And so why can't you, even in the military, you have issues. That's why we have even conflict resolution patterns, even in the military, that is command and control, talk less of a democratic institution. Therefore, you must have, that's why I said I don't think they have a PR team, because you must have ways of resolving crime even before it escalates to the committee level. You don't need to set up committee and all those things. In a simple way, they have Senate have also resolved matters that are even more contentious in a very small manner before. They just do it, go to closed door, and then come out again and into the open plenary, open the door to the press again, continue meetings. We have had heated arguments in the Senate. So this one is not even heated as a quarter of what the kind of arguments we used to have in the Senate, and the kind of tensions and the arguments and counter arguments and frayed nerves we used to have in the Senate. So why is this one different? Why is this one escalated to this level? None of the senators who had these altercations in the past have faced recall. So that's why I feel that it's just a victim of circumstance of the altercation that she had with the Senate president. Okay,
let's move to INEC and the recall process now. So obviously you know that they have rejected the recall petition, but before, the INEC has been accused of being partisan. Do you think this development has the power to put to bed those kinds of allegations?
No, it is very good that Nigerians cried foul before the foul was committed. I remember when we were small those days, before you even do something, your parents may give you a knock in the head. They say, "See your eye, don't try to do that thing you want to do." So I think that's what Nigerians also did. They try to forewarn the INEC to say, "Look, don't do this. We see you that you are partial," because INEC has not been has shown itself in the last 2 years or three so to not be impartial. Most of the things INEC did, they deceived us, telling us all kinds of things, talking us before the elections of 2023, and they reneged on most of the promises they gave to us. So Nigerians are not trusting this INEC for a while. So when these things came up, and the Nigerians had to ventilate their distrust before the deed is committed, so that they don't tell us go to court, which is the new phrase now. When you do all kinds of things, the next thing is they go to court. So Nigerians they had to do some preventive tactics and started crying foul before the foul was committed. And I think that made INEC to now, become very retrospect and try to follow the right process. So for this action, it's a commendable one. As I said, the facts the way it is. And again, I think also because of the verification process, because if you say that it meets the standard, I think the person the party who is being recalled has a right to have access to what you are verifying. And these things can be verified with machines and, computers and all those. So it can make INEC look very, very gullible. So I think they have to follow it in process so that they are not smeared.
Dr. Igboke, before we let you go on the program this morning, do you see the petitioners going back to meet the required standard of 50% plus one of the registered voters in this process? That's one. The number two there is, we saw the homecoming of Natasha. What do you make of this one? Despite all measures put in place, she said, well, I will go back home to visit my constituents. What's your reaction on all of these developments?
The first thing is that I was actually very surprised that there was a high number of verified registered voters that signature was authenticated. That is a surprise to me because I felt that they shouldn't even have mustered up to 20%. But we are having 43%. And what is needed is 50% plus one. So if 50%, so you just need 7% plus one. So that is a high number. I didn't expect that kind of number to be authenticated. So that means the Senator Natasha needs to do more. She needs to now go to her people and be closer to them and try to convince them that even if the recall process starts again, so that they can even go lower number this time, because that number is too high. That means there's a problem for her if that kind of number is there. So what she needs to do is to rally around and meet her people to ensure. And I think that homecoming is also part of the strategy to meet with our people and reassure them that they are still together. Because any senator will be jolted with that kind of number, because we thought it was just a plaything, and before we knew it, 43%. That is very risky for her. Therefore, but that homecoming was a strategic move, which also appealed to our people. We can see the crowd there, and then people really validating her. And so it's happened.
All right.
And the more she plays the victim game, which is playing so well, the more sympathy I think she can garner. She's playing that role very well. And then trying to ridicule a lot of the people who are trying to ensure that it's out of the Senate. So we remain. After that, there will be another process. So they didn't even cross the first hurdle, because there's going to be another process of a referendum of yes or no after you even validate all the signatures and she gets the petitioners get more than 50%. So that's why the recall process is stringent. It's not supposed to be something of a flimsy exercise to bring out a senator. And Nigerians will watch how the process goes.
It's a fine place to leave it. Public Affairs Analyst, Dr. Ambrose Igboke, many thanks for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you for having me on the show.
After the break,